Welcome to Pastor Jerone TV. So have y'all tried the new Popeye's chicken sandwich? Have you gotten down on it? It's the popular thing. I mean, people are out here fighting in these here streets over this Popeye's chicken sandwich. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't even had one. I haven't even had the desire. It hit me. Everybody was talking about it on my job, but I was like, you know what? These are times I'm kind of different. I'm a very different person. And it's because I'm always looking for an opportunity to exercise spiritual discipline. Okay? And this is where a lot of Christians are weak. Okay? You have a lot of other religions that they have a strict disciplinary, but we as Christians, we know that all things are lawful to us. We can eat whatever we want to eat and still be okay, and it wouldn't offend us with God. But although that's the case, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, I think it's verse 11, where Paul was saying that a lot of things, all things are beneficial, all things are lawful for me, but not all things are beneficial. Not all things are expedient. And just because God has, blessed us to be able to eat everything and anything, it doesn't mean that everything is beneficial for us. So, but even with that, without that being in the scenario, as a Christian, you should look for moments to exercise your discipline. So like for example, when this thing came down the pike with the Popeye's crispy chicken sandwich, right? Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's doing little mimes about it on Facebook and on social media. Everybody's going out to buy it. There's fights in Popeyes over this stuff. I mean, people are fighting over it. And everybody's going to get it. So everybody's curious as to what it tastes like. This sandwich must be very dynamic or whatever. For me, I don't like to be controlled by media. I don't like anything to influence me to go do something. Okay? Because I don't like to be caught up in like an episode or that movie, Hunger Games, right? I don't want to feel like a certain elite people are controlling me and controlling my mind and making me want to go out and do something that I hadn't even had a mind to do before. And a lot of these people are under this control. It's called spiritual influenza that comes down out of the atmosphere. And because see, to me, I see these as testers. These are testing moments. In other words, they test you to see if they can control you to go out and do something, and then they can control you to do something bigger on a grander scale, right? So me, instead of when that chicken sandwich came out, I went on a fast. I was fasting for a certain time of day, just the fluid. I just had fluids until a certain time of day. Up until noon, I didn't even have fluid. I didn't even have my favorite drink. I love coffee in the morning before I go to work. I love coffee when I get up for my prayer time and study time with the Lord. I like something hot. But since I'm fasting and I'm exercising my spiritual discipline, because I wasn't even thinking about getting a sandwich, but I wanted to go see what it tastes like. So now instead of going and obeying what the influenza of the media and everything is telling me to do, I put myself on a fast. Okay? Doc, see, this is what the church is. The church is a cult. They're trying to tell you what to eat. No, man. I'm not telling you what to eat. I'm not telling you that you can't go get the chicken sandwich. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying to those Christians who are serious about their discipline and that are serious about walking with the Lord and that are serious about being under control, controlling your impulses when it comes to diet, when it comes to anything, sex, whatever, And speaking of sex, like on my job, there's a whole lot of things going on inside of that hospital. I ain't talking about the patients. I'm talking about the workers. A lot of stuff is going on, but my name is never mentioned in any of that. Only time my name is mentioned is when somebody's trying to make an attempt, but that's all it is. It's all an attempt. Because I got myself under a certain discipline. I walk under a discipline, and that discipline is that I want to please the Lord. Okay? And I don't want anything to control me. Not even that cup of coffee. So I don't, when When something big starts influencing people, and people are at the stores, they're camping out overnight, like for some Jordan shoes and for Nikes or whatever, they camping out overnight because they've been influenced by the media. It's called influenza. They're telling them that they gotta have it. You got to get this. You know, this makes you popular. This makes you somebody. People are doing selfies at Popeyes with the chicken sandwich because they think this is popular. This is what's happening now. But what's happening with me is that I must bring my body under subjection. I must control myself. Now, I'm not saying it is those of you that went out and had your sandwich, you're fine. You're fine. Nothing's wrong with that. I'm not saying you've committed a sin or any of that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying is that next time you get an opportunity to exercise your spiritual discipline and to bring your body under subjection, do it. Exercise your spiritual strength. Exercise that, cutting yourself off, putting yourself under a regimen, under a discipline, and you'll find yourself being stronger, and you can say no to different things, even when you don't have to say no. See, that's the discipline of it. I don't have to say no, but I'm saying no just because I want to say no. Okay? You understand? I'm saying no just because I want to say no. And when the time comes where the Spirit of God is urging me to go on a fast, I can turn down the plate. I can turn down the meat. I can turn down the coffee. You see what I'm saying? That's all. And that's going to make you stronger. And then it's going to make you more open to receiving the voice of the Lord and receiving the fullness of the Spirit, so you can walk in the Spirit and be a vessel of the Lord, not a vessel of the world. Because a vessel of the world, their mind, their heart, their flesh, everything is open and susceptible to the influenza of the world. Whatever the world put out there and make popular, they go for it. Like, they got to have it. They got to have it. And they will fight. They will cut you. They will beat up people. They will cuss you out over this influenza. But those of us who have that discipline, we can withdraw ourselves from it and it won't even be nothing. It won't even be a temptation. One of the most beautiful things that I loved about Abraham in the Bible is that Abraham, God could not find anything that was a temptation to him except for his son. And even when he tempted him with his son, God had to stop him because Abraham was so focused on the Lord and on pleasing God for what God promised him, that nothing, Amalek, this gay king, came up and offered Abraham a bunch of money. And Abraham said, I would not take anything from you, not even a loaf of bread, not even a shoelace from me. He said, because if I do, you'll say that you made me rich, when God, who is my shield and my reward, he's going to make me rich. And when God makes me rich, I don't want you, your perverted self to get the credit for what God is getting ready to do in me. See? And so God knew that this man's heart was so focused on him that all the tests that God put him through wasn't even a test. All right? Be strengthened, though. These are moments where you can strengthen yourself in your spiritual discipline. It's not wrong. It's not wrong to go out and have that chicken sandwich. But it's been a week or so now. I haven't even gone and touched it. And I'm not going to touch it. Not even for months. I don't even go to Popeyes that much anyway. So I might not even have the sandwich at all. But I'm not going to be controlled by the media. I'm not going to be controlled by the world's influence and influenza. I'm not going to do it. I don't even know most of the most popular singers and stuff now because I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in it. Only time it comes up is when people send me stuff that I can do a story on, do some research on, and talk about how I could strengthen those of you who are viewing, Those of you who are viewing my YouTube channel, it's my goal, it's my desire. I might come off as very strong, and I feel like a lot of times we have to be stronger in this time. But my whole goal is to help strengthen you and to help you walk in a stronger spiritual discipline, because we are in the last days. We are in the time of testing. We are in the time of strong spiritual warfare. And if you're not disciplined, you'll be swept away with every wind and doctrine. And I don't want that for you. I want you to be strong. I want you to be one, and those who can say, the Lord say to you, well done, my good and faithful servant. All right, well, this is Pastor Jerone. God bless you. I'll see you on the next video.